Hey everyone, so today we're asking the question, is the Bible inerrant? Does it have any errors in it? Whether they be scientific, historical, any sort of factual error, are the quotations of other passages perfect? Is every dot and tittle in place? And many evangelicals would say, yes, the Bible is inerrant. It is perfect. Um, I'm not going to say there's a problem with that view, but the challenge or the speed bump with that view is that non-Christians, whether they be atheists, agnostics, whatever it is, present dozens and dozens of what they see as errors or contradictions in the Bible. Let me just read a few of them that I found on the web. So Matthew 13, Jesus says that the mustard seed is the smallest seed that exists, but we know that's not true. Joshua 10:13 says that the sun stood still on that day, but we know that the sun doesn't move around the earth. It's actually the earth that moves around the sun. Matthew 27:9, he's quoting an Old Testament passage, and he says it's from Jeremiah, but it's actually from Ezekiel, and he seems to quote it from the wrong person. Matthew 27:5 says that Judas died by hanging himself, but Acts 1:18 says he died by falling headfirst on the ground and his guts spilling on the ground. So I'm not here to debate those specific points. Are they errors? Are they not? Christians will try to explain how they're not errors and this sort of thing. And the debate can be endless going back and forth. I am here to say that there's another option. The other theological option that we have, instead of believing that the Bible is inerrant, we can believe that the Bible is infallible. Okay? Two different things. Infallibility is saying that the Bible is reliable and trustworthy for all things relating to, how do we know God? How do we get saved? The really need to know things in terms of faith and relationship with God. So it doesn't really make a stance on, is this scientific fact exactly true? Is that historical fact, exactly line up? It's more saying, that God is saying all that he needs to say for you to know him and get saved and that sort of thing. And so the benefit of just believing that the Bible is infallible is that we can let the atheists and all the rest of them debate, is the mustard seed the smallest seed, and is that what Jesus really meant, blah, 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 which seems like just such a trivial thing to make a big deal of, mustard seeds. When really we can just sort of place our faith in God and say that we believe that God has made the Bible in such a way that it says exactly what we need to know, even if maybe it has some little errors in it here and there. It's still holding the authority of Scripture because we're saying that Scripture has everything we need to know. Many people will say, this is a slippery slope. If you start saying that it has little bitty errors, what if the bigger things are errors? But I think that, not always, but often when people say, is that a slippery slope, it's kind of a disguised way of just getting out of having to ask hard questions or really thinking things through. Because I think when we do ask the hard questions and think things through, we'll actually find that the most central facts about our faith, like let's say the cross or the resurrection or this sort of thing, they actually hold up to scrutiny, and we'll see that they are historically accurate. Whereas it's more so the minor things that maybe we can debate about. Anyway, that's my thought, but you can take it or leave it.